Hello friends, this is the lesson number 17th, and in this lesson we shall be discussing Thomas Hobbes. He is not so well known critic, but we shall discuss a few of the facts about his works. In the previous lesson we discussed Samuel Johnson, and before that Alexander Pope, and so these were the writers of the 18th century prominently during the period of Augustan age or so. But this writer, he comes in the early part of the 17th century. He was born in the year 1588 and died in the 1679. So during his lifespan, there were some major political events that took place, and that is why he wrote about those political events and he gave his opinion. And one major political event that we see in England or in Britain, that is the period of interregnum, where the King of England, Charles I, had to flee, and then came the period where there were no king ruling Britain. So there was no king in Britain, and that time Lord Protector, called as the name was Oliver Cromwell. He took the charge, he took the command and started ruling for some time. It was period of 10-15 years or so. We shall talk about this period as well in the segment of British literature. But one thing you have to clearly understand, that this man, he's not the contemporary of Alexander Pope or Samuel Johnson. So the writers we are now talking in this lesson or in the upcoming lesson, these are just minor critique or writers. But at least why I have taken him, because there were a few questions in the past asked about him or his works, so that is why I just simply chose that I should talk about him here. So I will just mention a few of the things about his work that is known as Leviathan or Leviathan. And okay, before that we take one point that he is a supporter of King the Charles I, and he is also the supporter of monarchy, or as we can see, where the king is one is becoming the king by the birth. So the son of the king will be the next king, and then this will go on. So this is called as the monarchy. So there is not any democracy. So simply the king is the supreme leader and he is taking every decision. Okay, he may have ministry, but he is fully responsible for everything. So he has full sovereignty in his hands. And about Thomas Hobbes, one work that is translation. He did the translation of Iliad and Odyssey. If you remember Alexander Pope, I told you that he also translated Iliad and Odyssey, and now Thomas Hobbes, we have one more name, he has translated these works as well. So about this work now, Leviathan or Leviathan, okay, however you may pronounce. The full title is taken as The Matter, Form and Power of Commonwealth. So it is simply about Commonwealth countries or Commonwealth region. So first, what is Commonwealth? You know that India is also a Commonwealth country, and the countries which were ruled by Britain during the period of colonization at that time. So such countries are Commonwealth countries. So here he takes the meaning, a region or a country which is ruled by a particular ruler. He may be the native one, or okay, maybe the outsider, mostly outsider, but he is the supreme leader there and he is ruling. And he is fully responsible for anything happens in that region, whether it is development, whether it is destruction. And before going deep into this work, first we take one name, that is John Milton. John Milton, he is Protestant in his views, and I told you that Thomas Hobbes, he is Catholic in his views. So John Milton wrote a work that is called as The Defense of English People. Defense of English People, and he has expressed his Protestantism or Protestant views. So what are the views? First, Catholicism, the people who are following the conventional Roman Catholic Church, where the Pope, where whatever the order or the, we can say, the sermons given by the Pope in the Roman Church, that will be followed by the people. Whoever is following Catholic Church, whether they are living in any country, they will follow, they will be abide by the Roman Catholic Church. And Protestants, they are simply the people who believe that one should have his own opinion. One should read the Bible oneself. After reading that, whatever the opinion he makes, he should go according to that. So one should not be dependent on those priests and popes. And such are the Protestant views. So we have the two ways or two main branches of the Christianity, Protestantism and Catholicism. The conventional one, the old one, the traditional one is the Catholicism. So Leviathan is written on with the opinion of Catholicism, where Milton wrote the work. Milton wrote this work, Defense of English People, with the Protestant views. So in other way, we can take that whatever Milton wrote and Leviathan is written in response to that work. So Thomas Hobbes has given a response, critical response to John Milton. So what are the main opinion or views given by him? We shall just quickly sum up whatever is there. So first he is saying that the object of any government is to bring common good. So the government is always responsible to bring goodness or help, means for providing development, proper health care, education and everything, peace in the state. So everything the government is fully responsible. So one should submit himself blindly to that government. One opinion he is giving that man is at core very selfish creature, because he says that the common people, the man simply is selfish. So everyone is just looking for self-interest. So by this one is becoming corrupt. So if you have something, you are looking for something, and you are trying every fair and foul mean for that. If there is no government, there will be hodgepodge or there will be chaos in the society. So there has to be strict rules in the government, so that such a selfishness should be controlled. So he is saying that for controlling such a selfishness, there is a social contract theory. In social contract theory, we have the citizens and they are rendering their duties to the authority of the ruler. So ruler is there, people are there. So people are supposed to follow their duties. Whatever the duties are given by the ruler or the government, one should supposed to follow that. So like one should pay the tax, one should follow the rules, or one should follow the whatever the instructions given by the government or the ruler, one should follow them, so that in return what the people will get, the common people will get safety, security and their rights and such things. So it is a two-way process. So government is providing them something, and in return people are also performing their duties and expressing faith in the government. So similar thing is happening in any country as well. So people are following their duties and government is providing them rights and everything. So he says that one should do it blindly. If the ruler is imposing whatever high taxes or anything, one should follow the instructions given by the ruler blindly. So one should submit himself solely. So this is something you may not accept or I may not accept, but he is saying that there has to be such blindfold or blind faith, we can say, that one should submit himself to the government. So one should not question the government or the ruler what he is doing. So because he says that it is the duty or it is the responsibility of the government to do good, and no government will do bad to the people, nothing wrong to the people, he is saying. And further he says that civil peace and social unity. Civil peace means the peacefulness in the society, and social unity, the people are together. This will come with the commonwealth. Commonwealth means again where there is one ruler and the people are ruled with the strict laws. And in ideal commonwealth, the ruler is given the supreme power, sovereignty. So who is the ruler? One person, okay, may not be fixed that by birth he is going to be, but there has to be one person fully responsible, and he should be given the full powers to take decisions. Because when there is democracy, there are different opinions, people, that time such good decisions are not taken according to him. So he is somewhere supporting the totalitarian government. And further he says that about ruler, the king, he is an artificial person. For king, he is saying that word is used artificial. Okay, may not be that artificial as we take the meaning of this word. So this is just a representative. It is not fixed that one has to be, means it should go by the birth, but it may be changing. So it may be elected person, it may be chosen person, but still such a ruler is artificial. He is just a representative, and he should be given the full powers. And then he talks a bit about the religion, that religion is the discord, is the reason or is the cause of all the discords and disputes happening in any state or any region. So one should be having faith in God, but it should not be in the social life, affecting the social life. He is of the opinion that having faith in God or in religion, it will leave you or lead you into the darkness. So he's just condemning religion. Okay, one at personal level may think, but in the social life or in the political life, there should be no religion, because religions most of the time leads to wars. And further he says one thing about the social contract, that when the people break this social contract, as in any country, that people are revolting against the king, that time there will be bloodshed, wars. So similar thing happened in England at that time, or in Britain, when the people revolted against the King Charles I, and he had to flee from England, and then bloodshed, everything means happening, chaos in the society. So he was simply saying that one should submit himself to the leader or to the king. So now there are two questions asked way back in the past UGC net questions. One is about Leviathan. This is a work with the political theme and having the opinion that the absolute sovereignty should be given to the king. And with the similar thought, there is one more question of the artificial man, ruler. He is a representative, and he should be given the full powers to control the people. So on artificial man, this is related to the work Leviathan, written by Thomas Hobbes. And Leviathan of course is having the political theme where the king should be given absolute sovereignty. So these are the questions may be asked in any way. So these are the 2 points you can also take. So that's it for this lesson. I hope okay, there is not so much worth, I would say, that going deep into this work. If this idea, the ideas given by him somewhere strike your mind, you may read this work in depth. Otherwise, just give one or two. You may go through this lesson once or twice will be enough to serve the purpose, because not too many questions have been asked from this work. So I hope that's it enough for this lesson, and in the next lesson we shall be discussing another critique. So have a nice day and keep learning English literature.